All right, what's good, gang? We are back again, same time, same position, and I promised you guys earlier, this is going to be a very eventful week, and it has been a very eventful week, and there's a lot to learn. There's a lot that the market showed me. All right, a lot of things to start working on or keep working on, per se. All right, because you never stop learning, and essentially, highlight of this is just all this won't happen unless if you're openly minded to the market. All right. If you are thinking that okay, the market is the one at fault, the market is the one that's making you lose money, the market is the one that is making you to be at the point where you are at, well, I put it to you that that's a lie. All right, and I'll explain why. Because essentially the market doesn't just the market is unbiased, all right? It doesn't care if you put your life savings, it doesn't care if you just put money into it. It doesn't care how much you put into it. The market is unbiased, right? And then that unbiasedness makes it to be just neutral. All right. So you don't expect anything from the market. Market is not owing you anything. All right. If there's one thing that you need to learn is this: market does not owe you anything. All right. You don't owe anything to the market. All right. So it's vice versa. So all you need to do is just to sit down there and realize, okay, this is my problem. This is me doing the work. Because at the end of the day, it is you that is setting the lot size, it's you that is setting the take profits. It is you that pressed that button. The market didn't press that button for you. You did. All right. So that's essentially the highlight of this video. And without any further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, as we see, there is essentially, I said that we're going to be breaking this down. So I've already drawn it out for you guys to see. Okay. So there's and sometimes I cannot remember because it's a bit long, but I try to remember. All right. And by the time I start doing the analysis, I click back into it. So there's a liquidity sweep here, and there is a break of structure that we identify after that trade that we took. All right. So we identified that the market was still going down. I started predicting that the market would go down from here. Okay, from like this whole thing before the market even started ranging. All right, so we did not know at the time that the market was going to range. We thought that it was going to come down like that. So the liquidity sweep and the break of structure was what we got fair and square. All right, there was the space in between. All right, and then there was the break of structure. All fairs, right? Now we put our line after the break of structure, and then we go into the 15-minute time frame. Now on the 15-minute time frame, what are we looking for? A liquidity sweep and then the breakout structure. Now, here it is. A liquidity sweep, alright, happened, and then there was a breakout structure. Now I did not enter off of this trade. I'll tell you why. Because I started seeing a pattern here. Okay. And all this didn't happen before we took that trade. Remember, we were just seeing this. So pattern I observed was that this guy was ranging. He came down here, started mini ranging again because the market movement was choppy. Then I noticed this guy. There was still this liquidity that we haven't swept, and we're so close to it that this was this was like a mini range. Let me just put it that way, a mini ranging market. All right, this whole point was just like a mini ranging market. So I was like skeptical that, well, what if? And that's the thing about gut feelings. Like you want to like obey your gut feelings, if that's the word, like tune into it. Sometimes when it speaks, it's actually correct. Now, after the liquidity sweep and the breakout structure, I should have entered here, right? I was skeptical. I even left the market. I came back late and I saw that I was going. This was on red, by the way, when I came here, and I took off of this point at the top, at the tippity top of this guy, and boom, got stopped out. Okay, so what is the market teaching us? It's teaching us patience. It's teaching us to obey our gut feelings. All right, it's teaching us that when you see something and it doesn't feel normal, take note of that. It doesn't feel normal feeling because most of the time it's actually right. All right, so far that I've experienced with this thing. Okay, and that's just it. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. That's basically I've given you the highlight, I've given you the trade recap, and I've given you the conclusion. All right. So see you guys in the next one. All right. Let's move on to the next trade in the next video. Peace out.